Welcome back, everyone. If you're passionate about coins, history, or collecting hidden treasures that might be hiding in your pocket change, then this video is definitely for you. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the world of US coin collecting, the 1942 Lincoln Wheat penny with no mint mark. This small copper coin might just be worth a fortune if you happen to find the right one. And believe it or not, the current market value for certain rare examples of this coin has reached an astonishing $56,209. That's right, over $56,000 for a single penny. But what makes this coin so valuable? What's the story behind it? And how can you know if the 1942 wheat penny in your collection is the jackpot you've been dreaming of? Let's explore the full history, value factors, and insider tips you need to know. Let's begin with a little historical background. The year was 1942. The United States was in the middle of World War II, and major shifts were taking place across industries, including the U.S. Mint. Coin production was affected by metal shortages, war efforts, and economic pressures. Despite the turbulence, the Mint continued producing the iconic Lincoln Wheat cent, which had been in circulation since 1909. These coins featured the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, and two wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and American strength. Now, in 1942, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of Lincoln Wheat cents, and they were not marked with a mint letter, hence the term, no mint mark. But not all 1942 no mint mark pennies are created equal. Most of these coins were made from a bronze alloy consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. They were struck in large quantities. Over 657 million coins were minted in Philadelphia alone that year. Because of that massive production number, the average circulated 1942 penny without a mint mark is fairly common and usually worth only a few cents to a couple of dollars. But here's where it gets exciting. Certain era coins, varieties, and extremely well-preserved examples from this year have skyrocketed in value. Some coins from 1942 have unique characteristics that collectors go wild for: double die errors, off-center strikes, and most importantly, coins graded at a near-perfect level by professional grading services. So, what makes one of these coins worth $56,209? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and demand. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with 70 representing a perfect, flawless specimen. A coin from 1942 with no mint mark that has been graded MS67 or higher, that's mint state, meaning uncirculated and nearly perfect, can fetch jaw-dropping amounts at auction. These high-grade coins are rare because most pennies from that era were circulated heavily. Very few were preserved in pristine condition, making the surviving examples incredibly valuable today. Imagine finding a coin like that in an old coin jar, handed down from your grandparents, or hidden in a forgotten drawer. It's happened before, and it could happen again. But that's not all. Some 1942 Lincoln cents were accidentally struck on the wrong metal planchets, meaning the metal discs used to make other denominations or coins. These era coins are exceptionally rare. There are confirmed 1942 wheat pennies struck on silver dime planchets, and even on steel planchets meant for 1943 pennies. If you find one of these, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a treasure. And then there are the double die varieties, where the design was accidentally stamped twice, creating a doubled image on the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. These errors are hard to spot unless you know what to look for, but they can drastically increase a coin's value. Now let's talk numbers. In recent years, collectors have paid tens of thousands of dollars for 1942 Lincoln Wheat cents in top condition. One stunning example graded MS68 read by PCGS, the professional coin grading service, sold for a whopping $56,209 at a major coin auction. That's because it had full red luster, a perfectly sharp strike, and zero visible flaws under magnification. This type of quality is what drives top-tier collectors to bid big, especially for early Lincoln cents. Even coins graded a few points lower, like MS66 or MS65, can still fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on eye appeal and rarity. So, how do you know if your 1942 penny is valuable? First, check for the mint mark. If there is no mint mark under the date, it means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. Next, examine the coin's color. Is it red, red-brown, or brown? Coins with a red color, indicating original mint luster, are generally worth more. Then, look at the condition. Is it scratched, worn, or heavily circulated? Or does it look sharp, glossy, and clean with no wear? The closer it is to uncirculated condition, the more likely it is to be valuable. If you believe your coin has potential, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for evaluation. A certified grade is what gives your coin legitimacy in the eyes of collectors and auction houses. Let me give you a quick breakdown of what different conditions might be worth for the 1942 no mint mark Lincoln penny. In heavily worn condition, also known as good, G, to fine, F, the coin is generally worth around 5 to 20 cents. In extremely fine, EF, condition, value jumps to about $1 to $3. In uncirculated condition, mint state, MS grades starting at MS 60, it can be worth $10 to $50. In higher grades like MS 65, you might see values from $100 to $500. MS 66 and up. Now you're entering the $1,000 zone. And that top tier MS 68 red? Again, that coin sold for an incredible $56,209. Collectors are always on the hunt for original rolls of 1942 wheat pennies or mint-sealed bags that might contain hidden gems. Estate sales, auctions, and coin dealers sometimes uncover untouched collections with coins in near-perfect condition. These finds are becoming rarer every year, which continues to drive prices higher. So if you've got a coin collection in the attic or some wheat pennies from a family member, now is the time to look through them carefully. To sum it all up, the 1942 no mint mark Lincoln wheat cent may seem like just another old penny, but under the right conditions, it can be worth a life-changing amount of money. With historical significance from the World War II era, combined with the potential for rare varieties and high-grade preservation, this coin is a must-watch for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Whether you're just getting started in the coin collecting hobby, or you've been in the game for years, always keep your eyes open for these hidden treasures. You never know when a single penny might turn into tens of thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed learning about the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more rare coin content, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a 1942 penny, or if you think you might have a valuable one in your collection. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next coin be a golden discovery. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1940-60 Lincoln wheat penny, a small coin with a huge story and an even bigger value. You might not believe it, but this humble 1-cent coin from over 75 years ago could be worth up to $63,910 today. That's right, a single penny potentially worth tens of thousands of dollars. So if you have some old coins lying around, now is the time to take a closer look. You might be sitting on a hidden treasure without even knowing it. Let's start with the history. The 1940-60 Lincoln wheat cent was minted in Denver, Colorado, which is where the D mint mark comes from. This coin is part of the famous wheat penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. These coins featured the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and two stylized wheat stalks flanking the words 1 cent on the reverse. The wheat design was a symbol of prosperity, growth, and agriculture, all values cherished in post-war America. Now, 1946 was a special year. It was just after World War II had ended. America was transitioning back to a peacetime economy, and coin production resumed with normal materials. During the war, the government had experimented with coins made from different metals like steel in 1943 due to a copper shortage. But by 1946, the U.S. Mint was back to using mostly 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc for the Lincoln cents. the Denver Mint produced more than 315 million Lincoln Wheat pennies in 1946, making this coin relatively common in circulated condition. But here's the twist: it's not the average coin that's valuable. It's the rare versions, the mint state examples, and most importantly, the coins with errors or exceptional qualities that turn heads at auctions. Even among the hundreds of millions produced, a handful of coins stand out, and those are the ones that reach astronomical prices. So, what makes the 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny so valuable in some cases? There are a few key factors: condition, rarity, mint errors, and grading. Coins that have been preserved in near perfect condition, especially those graded MS66 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can command huge premiums. Let's talk about grading for a moment. The Sheldon coin grading scale goes from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. Most pennies found in change are in the good to fine range, maybe grading between 4 and 12. But uncirculated coins, especially those that have been kept in protective holders or found in original mint rolls, can grade much higher, and that's where the money is. For example, in 2023, a 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny graded MS67 red sold at auction for an eye-popping $63,910. That's because coins at this grade and color level, bright original red with full luster, are incredibly rare. Out of the hundreds of millions minted, very few have survived in pristine condition with their original copper red shine intact. Most have oxidized over time, turning brown or a dull red-brown color, which significantly reduces their value. But there's more. Certain mint errors can also drive the value sky high. Collectors pay serious money for coins with die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, repunched mint marks, and other striking anomalies. A 1946 penny with a strong double die obverse, for instance, can easily fetch hundreds or even thousands depending on grade. If you happen to come across a coin with such an error in high grade, you could be holding a jackpot in your hands. Now let's go even deeper. What exactly should you look for if you want to find a 1946 penny worth top dollar? First, examine the color. Coins with original red luster are the most valuable. These are usually labeled as RD by grading services. Next, look at the details: a sharp strike with no wear on Lincoln's cheek, jawline, and coat details on the obverse, and well-defined wheat lines on the reverse, indicates a high-grade coin. Also, inspect the mint mark closely. Some 1946 cents have a repunched D, which can significantly boost their value if confirmed by an expert. But here's the catch: finding one of these gems isn't easy. You'll need a good magnifying glass or coin loupe, knowledge of what to look for, and ideally, access to professional appraisal or grading services. Many valuable coins go unnoticed because people assume they're just ordinary pennies. Don't make that mistake. Now, let's talk about the current market. As of today, the highest known auction sale of a 1946 Lincoln Wheat cent stands at $63,910 for a certified MS67 red example. But even lower grade uncirculated coins, such as MS64 or MS65, can sell for $50 to $300. A strong double die or repunched mint mark could fetch even more. This means that if you have a 1946 penny in uncirculated condition, especially one with bright red coloring or a known error, you could be looking at a serious payday. And here's another important point: coin values can increase over time. As high-grade examples become scarcer, collectors are willing to pay more to complete their sets. So holding on to your best coins, or investing in quality Lincoln Wheat pennies, might actually pay off in the future. Before we wrap up, here's a quick checklist of things to do if you think you have a valuable 1946 penny. First, gently clean the coin with a soft cloth. Never use chemicals or harsh abrasives. Second, examine the color, strike, and details using a magnifier. Third, check for any mint errors like doubling or repunched mint marks. And fourth, consider sending the coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and valuation. This step could be the difference between a few dollars and tens of thousands. So there you have it. The incredible story of the 1940-60 Lincoln Wheat penny, a coin that's not just a piece of history but a potential fortune in your pocket. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this is one coin that proves that treasure really can be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or interesting, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin spotlight. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin or if you want us to cover a specific year in the Lincoln Cent series. Until next time, happy hunting and keep checking that change. You never know what's out there waiting to be discovered.